Hey, what's going on, guys? Nova here. So I'm on my alt because I want to show people that paw can be good for PvE. I haven't fully loaded, but you know, it'll work fine. Because people have some things about paw. It's not too good for ship farming, but I can show you a way it actually can be pretty good. Not insane, but pretty good. And I'm gonna show you a way that it can be really good for kraken stacking, kraken farming, sea beast farming. It's better for kraken farming specifically. First of all, my recommended style for this is Fisherman Karate because it's the best style in the game. And Shark Barrage, it's really good against sea beast and kraken if you don't have a fruit. I'm only level 451 in this account, but here are my stats. You can go with it whatever you want. 500 is the max you should put into paw. I don't think any lower, any higher. Just keep it at 500 if you want to have paw. And I would be on my main, and I would have eaten on my main, but here's the thing. My main has mochi. So I leveled up my alt to second C and did all this. Got a few items for it. I know it's been a while since my last upload. Very sorry about that. GPO specifically, been a very long time. But I got paw today, and I noticed that there are better ways to do things with paw than otherwise. First of all, I'm going to say this. For kraken stacking specifically and luring them in, I'd say paw is probably the best fruit in the game. For simple reason. So, first of all, what you're going to do is you're going to head to this tower in Desert Kingdom, Alabasta, whatever you want to call it. You're going to head here. Your main move that you're going to need is Rendezvous, because Rendezvous is an omni move that will travel from anywhere across the map to the point you mark. It is a very good move for even bounty hunting, because you can just TP them, etc. But what I'm going to show you today is that it can be good for pretty much anything. So you're going to Rendezvous here. You're going to Geppo south if you have a high bounty, which you should if you're doing this. You're going to Geppo south until you reach rough waters. I'll speed this up because this is going to take me a little bit. We have reached the rough waters, ladies and gentlemen. Let's begin by getting into it and spawning our boat. Any boat, doesn't matter. Whatever it is, you deal with it. So once you spawned in, you're going to wait until a kraken, sea beast, whatever spawns. One of those two. I'm going to show you how to do... Okay, sea beast. If it's a sea beast, you just instantly teleport back. There is a small chance that the sea beast will despawn, but it'll come with you. And just be right there. You see why it's really good for this? It works on krakens too. When it comes to krakens, you're going to want to hit it first though. I sadly did not get a kraken though, so just my luck. Here's why I recommend Fisherman Karate, because Shark Barrage is incredibly good for kraken sea beast farming, and the only move of paw that you can actually hit the sea beast with from here is Ursurus Shock. So I'm going to show you a method to do a good 400 damage with Ursurus Shock. Up to there if you have more in the paw, etc. The more you have in the paw, the more damage it's going to do. So you're going to place a rendezvous behind a building, wherever it is. After that, you're going to want to jump into the ocean. And you're going to take damage until your health gets to around 200. TP back. Come right out here in Ursurus Shock. Do not worry about taking damage in Ursurus Shock. That is a good thing. You take a lot of damage with paw, you basically do a lot of damage back. You're not really going to use paw moves when it comes to sea beasts. When kraken, I'm going to try and get a kraken, hopefully. I'm going to cut everything out except for the kraken. But basically, you're just going to, so you're going to do a good 400, 500 damage there. You take damage, so what? You respawn right there, hopefully. But you're just going to keep repeating any move that can hit it from here. My recommendation is, of course, Water Serpent, Shark Barrage, Fisherman Karate. But there might be some swords and possibly some other items that can hit it. If you have an alt account, you could kraken stack with this very easily. Just by rendezvousing to the point and then resetting, leaving, rejoining, etc. Repeat that process. Easy kraken stack. After this, I'm going to show you how to ship farm with this. So I'm going to speed up this CB skill, and you can watch all of it go down. But it's pretty much simple. You're going to want to be, you're just going to rendezvous, and that's the easiest part about CB's kraken farming with this fruit. So honestly, paw is okay for PvE. I will say it is better than some people think. I think some changes that should be made to it though, and I'm going to point them out here. Paw cannon should go much further. It should not have that much of a range. That is bad. I get it's meant to be a close range move, but I think if you hold it, it can go farther. How about that? You hold it, it gets smaller and does the same damage, but it goes much farther. So instead of it just literally just getting faster, I think is the reason. I think that's what happens. It should go farther instead. I think all of Paw's moves, except for Paw Bomb, should have their range buffed significantly. I'm not saying Ursula's Shock range, but I'm at least saying maybe Pika Light Kick range. Something along that sort. Make it slow moving, like Ursa's Shock, right? Something like slower moving, maybe a little faster, but it's better than nothing, right? Because we don't need the fact that Paw Cannon can't go 2 feet. It goes like a yard max. Okay, it can go 2 feet, but still. It can't go more than 5 feet max. Which makes it what I think could be a very good move. Kind of meh for PvE. Next, I think you should be able to hold Paw Bomb and Paw Cannon almost like indefinitely, but they won't do more damage or won't decrease in size anymore. Because Paw for dungeons is bad for the sole purpose because it would be okay if you could just hold this move for as long as you need right here. Like, no one would care. Do the Geppo trick, do whatever. But it would be so much easier if you could just hold it infinitely and not have it auto-do it on you. Maybe not Paw Bomb, maybe just Paw Cannon, but some move in Paw should be able to be held infinitely, I think. Like Mochi with Burning Mochi Punch. Or at least make it to where you can hold it longer, because currently it is bad for dungeons because of that. And suffers greatly from that. Paw Barrage, I think, should have the same range, if not a little less than Paw Cannon, if they buff it, which I hopefully they do. Other than that, there's not many other changes I would make. Damage should stay the same. Do not buff the damage. Do not nerf the damage. Keep it the same. But just in the PvE aspects, those two, 3 changes, I'd say, where you buff the range, make it to where you can hold the moves indefinitely or longer, and just some other things, just some other small little tweaks, like Ursula's Shock to do a little more damage, I think, if you're low health, because only 400 damage for like, all your health, that's pretty bad if you can just use Bomb and do the same damage, right? Make it like 600 something. Now, I understand the problem with that, because obviously it is possibly the biggest AoE move in the game. But they have to be low health for that, and I think keeping everything else, just buffing the max amount of damage it can do, would be better, I think. Overall, I think Paw is a very underrated fruit for PvE. It's very good for PvP, as everyone knows. PvE-wise, it is incredibly underrated, in my opinion. I think it just takes some more skill to use than some other fruits in PvE. Other than that, big changes. Buff the range. Just buff it, please. In no world should Paw be having this little range. It is not good. Anyway, I'm just gonna shut up and fast forward this so you can see me kill the sea beast. We'll see if I get anything. you can see, we killed the CVs pretty easily. Does not take that long. It just takes patience. Most importantly, knowing how to use rendezvous. Very important. It's the best lure ability in the game, hands down. Insta TP makes them travel that far. It works on krakens too. When it comes to krakens, you're going to want to get on top of this tower over here and lead it into a special spot. I will say rendezvous will send the kraken a little farther out. So while the kraken may spawn here, all you're going to do is move it. If you can, move it. Try and move it here. And when it goes under, you're going to instantly head in. If you do this correctly, you can sit here and hit it with paw cannon, paw bomb, paw barrage, etc. If the kraken is far enough out, just bring it here and just go in, and you'll be able to hit it with everything except for shock repel and paw bomb. You can't hit it with shock repel, by the way, because it's bad. Oh yeah, buff shock repel, please. Other than that, those are the huge things with paw. I'm going to head out to sea over here, and I'm going to show you guys how to ship farm, since it's probably one of the hardest parts to do about paw. And yes, this is my ult, even though it has 88k bounty. I gave it bounty earlier. I'm only going to do this a bit and just show you the basics of it. Hopefully we get a normal ship. You can do it with galleons too, just got to time it a bit better. So I'm going to talk a bit while we do this. So I see people a lot when using paw to ship farm, just M1 the captain and then do it. I'm going to instead tell you to do something different that I think is better if you know how to do it. Specifically for the sole reason, of course, if you can AFK ship farm, it's the best, but if you can't, this is a pretty effective way to do it, and it makes paw much easier to ship farm with. So let's wait until we get a ship. Hopefully we get one soon. If we don't get one, I'll move it again. We obviously didn't, so I'm gonna head a little more north, east-ish. This is boring, but you know, it can't be perfect. Actually, I got a Hiei earlier today from kraken farming, so that was pretty cool. Wasn't recording though. You may notice some more videos recently or later because I can show some things about paw and mochi specifically, even though mochi is very easy to do. If you want those type of things. As we wait for a ship. We're first going to wait for a ship, of course. We got to get out to sea fast enough. I'm just going to despawn this. Head more north, because eventually if I respawn, it ships will spawn. This is the boring part, but trust me, once you find a spot where ships will spawn on you, you'll have some fun ship farming. Hopefully. Of course, this is no Mara. Absolutely no Mara. It is no Mara when it comes to ship farming. Mara is probably untouched when it comes to ship farming. But other than that, this is, I'd say, pretty good. You just got to use it correctly. So first thing you're going to want to do when you get out to sea is, we're probably not far enough away, but you're going to want to set a rendezvous on the ship or at Skypian Rock. If you're going to do it at Skypian Rock in the sea, I'm just not heading towards it. I'm too lazy. But basically, if you ever fall in the water, as you saw, you can rendezvous back to it during the sea beast and kraken part. You're going to want to do that. Just in case you don't have fishermen like I do, it is highly recommended. Just to do it anyway. It's very good, does your job, and another recommended thing to do with rendezvous is if your teammate is about to drown or something, and you have enough health to go do it, jump in the water and rendezvous them. You can do it. It's possible. I've done it. Did I really just find a spot with 0 ship spawns? I have 88k bounty. How the hell does a ship not spawn? Oh, because we're pretty close to Desert Kingdom. That is... Okay, that explains a lot. Okay. So, if you want the best spot, go to Skypian Rock, but I just prefer to use Thrilled Ship for one simple reason. Unlike the Galleon ship, Thrilled Ship, you can actually get ships stuck in it, making it much easier to kill them. This is especially good for Mochi ship farming, since Mochi is, I'm going to say this outright, horrendous for ship farming. Paw is 10 times better for ship farming. I could ship farm with Paw for like 4 hours. Mochi, I would die. I could not kill a ship if I needed to, bro. Which is why I use Krakens and Seabeasts to ship farm with Mochi. Once you have found a spot where ship spawn, set a rendezvous on the ship or Skypiea Rock, somewhere close to where you can get back to your ship fast in case of an emergency, aka I've had a time where 7 galleons spawned on me and I had to kill all of them. My ship not get destroyed because Paw is actually good for ship farming. You just don't use it correctly. Come on, give me a ship, bro. I know I am out of range. There is 0. Am I just... So sorry for this inconvenience. We just aren't getting ships. On any other day, I would love this. If you want my real recommendation, I did this with a friend who had Suna, which is also a terrible ship farming fruit, but it will work fine. Fishman Karate is not good for ship farming either. No ruled fighting style is really good for ship farming except for like 1SS. That's only because of Dragon Blaze. You know it. Don't lie to me. Okay, so what you're gonna want to do, you have this ship coming here. Instead of M1ing that captain right there, what you're gonna want to do is get used to the range and use of Paw Bomb and just charge it. Charge it until the ship comes towards you, and then use it and then M1 the captain. Now your ship is perfectly fine. Your ship is taking no damage and you just kill the ship. There. When it comes to galleons, do the exact same thing, just do it farther away. If the galleon is over there, you're going to want to do it like right here. It is simple and people just don't really know how to do it. So that's how you're just going to ship farm with Paw. It is super simple. It's actually good for it. Of course, if you could hold Paw Bomb indefinitely, you'd literally just go here and just hold this, which I think would be so much easier than having to perfectly time it so it doesn't just explode on you. If by any chance you use Paw Bomb, it has a very short cooldown. Do not freak out. Maybe we get a galleon here and I can show you how to deal with that. As long as you kill the cannoneers, your ship will take no damage. So, have that. Have fun with that. That's it. That's how you do it. Worst case scenario, your rendezvous, like... And if you fall in the water, you just use rendezvous. Paw is great for ship farming. You guys just don't use it correctly. And I'm here to teach you how to use it correctly. Because people don't know how to use it correctly, obviously. I'm making this video otherwise. Anyways, for sea beasts specifically, you're going to want, just to recap, sea beasts, you're gonna need something else because Ursula's Shock will not just carry you when it comes to sea beast. I don't have a ship spawn. What? I'm not gonna question it. In that sense, sea beasts are the hardest thing to do for PvE wise when it comes to Paw. You can do pretty good damage with the moves on bosses, etc. Because of Paw's stupid high damage, you're gonna get credit. Don't worry about that. Do bosses and teams, you're not gonna be able to solo much. Please do be reminded, Ursula's Shock has the largest AoE and longest range in the game, along with one of the higher attack damages in the game. If you're low enough. I bet you from here I could probably hit the castle of Alabasta. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm gonna hit right over there with Ursula's Shock without even charging it. It's gonna take a while, but I'll hit it. I can almost guarantee it. Travels, it 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 travels. Oop, I almost hit it. Its range is stupid, guys. It almost hit that. Could definitely hit it from here, 100%. So just keep in mind about these things with Paw. PvP, do not worry. Paw's great. Takes a little bit of skill, but it's amazing. You're not going to have problems with it. If you want the best way to shit farm with Paw, then just AFK shit farm, but that's the best way. Wait until they're like over there. When they come up to you, you're going to charge Paw Bomb. You're going to have it charged. You're going to pop them in the head. Has big enough AoE to kill all the ships and do a good chunk of damage to the captain. That's it. Krakens, just go on top of the thing, and you'll be able to, if you position your Kraken correctly and know what you're doing, you'll be able to hit it with all your moves. It is not difficult, guys. So if you ever just get mad at Paw, give it another chance with the tips I gave you and the methods I showed you. There is one problem with the method of ship farming, though. If multiple ships spawn at the same time, that's when your Earth's Race shot comes in play. It does high enough damage to one-shot every single one of those NPCs except for the captain. Easily. If you've taken some drowning damage, it is by far going to be the easiest part of your day. So whenever you're ship farming Paw, do that. Have fun. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want some mochi stuff, because some mochi users out there really need some help when it comes to ship farming, etc., ask me in the comments. I'll do it. If you need some more, if you have some more questions, I'll try and answer them in the comment section below. Like, leave a comment, subscribe. Have a good day, everyone, and hopefully you'll get legendary mythical fruit in your next fruit draw. See ya.